yeah, so sometimes we play with Georgie, and that's a big part of the day. Georgie is a big source of fun and excitement for us. People ask me about my days and what they look like on a normal basis. So today is a Friday, which is a little different than a normal day of the week. I usually block out Fridays and Mondays for meetings, meaning I don't want any meetings on those days. So all my meetings are on Tuesday through Thursday. Usually there may be like one or two per day. Usually on Fridays, I write an email to my email list. So take a few minutes to do that. And I haven't started working yet, but typically in the mornings I'll make some coffee, go for a walk, usually a couple miles with my dog, and then I'll come back, and that's when I start working here. So I'm going to work on this email, usually try and get it out a little earlier in the day. If I'm on top of it, I'll write the email on Thursday and schedule it to go out on Friday morning, but I don't have to. Sometimes I send it out a little bit later on Friday morning. So let's write this email. That email took me a little bit longer to write than it should have because I actually didn't even put that much in there. So usually I have a couple little stories to throw in there, but it's been kind of a weird week. So I didn't have as many stories. For whatever reason, I didn't have as much to say. So a little bit of a shorter email. I'm going to send it out now. Usually what I do is I send people to either the blog, the podcast, or YouTube. Most of the time, all of those. And I've been putting a couple ads recently into these emails. People seem to like them. I try to put content within any ad so that there's actually something interesting or useful in there. So anyway, I'm going to send this out. I send them out every Friday, and I've been doing it for, I guess, about a year at this point. Sometimes I don't see as much of an open rate on these Friday emails, but the people who really enjoy them tend to open and look at every single one of them. So I'm sending that out now, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing, which is recording a podcast. So let me send this email, and then we'll get into the podcast recording. So for the podcast, I publish 2 episodes per week. A lot of times I'll work kind of far ahead, especially like when the holidays are coming up. So right now it's a couple weeks before Thanksgiving. I like to take a lot of December off. So I'm actually doing a lot of interviews right now. I'm trying to record some of the other episodes ahead so I don't have to, worry about it over the holidays. Turns out, it's not a ton of work to just record an episode, which is what I'm doing today. So I'm going to go grab my recorder over here, and I just have this relatively inexpensive Zoom H4n, which is kind of an older school one. So they have some nicer, newer ones, and I bought this one, I think, for like $90 on eBay a couple of years ago. It's in a little bit rough shape, I'll put it that way. It's definitely been a workhorse. Someone used this as a musician, I think, and they would carry it around and like throw it in their gig bag or whatever. So anyway, I'm going to hook this up to the microphone up there and start recording here in a second. I was about to start recording, but then I thought I need some more coffee. So let's go out here. I just finished the podcast episode, so I'm uploading it now, and it's the one for like Thursday of next week. So I'm working a little bit ahead, and I should probably record a few more episodes to get ahead for this November-December period here where I'm trying to take time off. But it is about 11:20 right now, so probably take a little bit of a break because I've been sitting here for a little while. I might walk around a little bit, just around the block, get the blood flowing just a bit. So it's nice and sunny out there, you can see. It's very bright. Very bright. It's good to get the sun, vitamin D. I decided to work out instead of just going on a little walk. So usually every day I try to do something a little bit active. I actually work out really close to where we live, so I can just walk down the street. It's about half a mile, jog if I want to, and then lift some weights, do some cardio. A lot of times I will try and jog outside because it's nice to be outdoors. But really every day I usually try and do something active for 45 minutes to a couple hours, not including walking the dog, which is a couple mile walk. So gonna lace up here and then head on out. It's a good way also for me to do some work in the morning, take a break, and then if I want to do some more in the afternoon, I can. I'm back from working out. Feel pretty good. It's a nice sunny day out there. And I did a little lightweight training. I think I'm gonna go for another walk later, but right now I'm actually preparing a little food. So I cook most of the time here at the house. And today I'm actually cooking some chicken adobo. I'm half Filipino, which is kind of cool. And got some chicken thighs here. They're marinating, and I'm just gonna turn them around a little bit here. It's a really good dish. If you haven't had it, you should check it out. Basically, it's soy sauce with vinegar. I'm using apple cider vinegar here. You let it marinate for a little while, and then you brown and braise the chicken, serve it with rice, and it's delicious. It's super good. So anyway, I'm gonna turn this around, and then I'm gonna cook it in a little while. So I worked out, felt pretty good, and then I decided to do some more work because I've been procrastinating a little bit, working on a sales page. It's a sales page that has been around for a little while, and it needs some sprucing up. And I knew it was going to be basically a block of work of like two to 3 hours, something like that. And I kept putting it off. Part of the reason is I knew it was going to be a big chunk of time. The other thing that was really making me avoid this piece of work is I had to use a tool called Thrive Architect. And it's just a really slow tool to use. It's a page builder tool. A lot of people use it for sales pages. There's a whole company, Thrive Themes. People really like them or they really hate them. I really don't like using any of the Thrive products, but I had to in this case, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I worked on it. I got it done. It looks pretty good. So I'm happy with that. And it's kind of getting later in the day. It's about 4 right now. So I'm going to go for a quick walk again. I'll probably show you some of the areas that I walk around here. And then when I get back, I'll probably have a beer. I already started a little bit with the dinner, so a couple things are cooking right now. That chicken adobo that I showed you earlier. So I'm gonna go for a walk while it's still a little bright out there. The sun sets pretty early these days in November, so days are getting shorter, so I'm gonna go catch the daylight. I was gonna take Georgie for a walk here, but sometimes she gets a little scared and she's like, I don't wanna go for a walk. Now she's just running around picking up leaves, acting like she does want to go for a walk. Do you want to go for a walk, girl? What are you doing? Are you trying to go inside? You poor thing. You poor dog. Poor dog. Do you want to go inside? Are you eating leaves? Don't eat leaves. Georgie didn't want to join me on the walk, so I just let her back in. She's really funny that way. It's a beautiful evening out here, and I was trying to get out before I lost all the sun, which the sun just set over the mountains to the west, of course, and I was having trouble showing the mountainscape over here, but you can see mountains just a few steps away from the house here, which is amazing. I love seeing the snow-capped peaks over there, and honestly, this time of day, it's hard to see the mountains because the sun's behind it, so it's kind of backlit, not ideal. So I'll have to check it out in the morning for you sometime. And yeah, there's a ton of greenway space close to where I live, so you could just walk out here, not have to cross any roads or worry about traffic other than cyclists. There's a lot of bikers out here, which, you know, everyone's pretty respectful. And honestly, when the weather's not as nice, it's a little cool out here right now, there's not as many people out. So it's quite a luxury to be able to go out here and walk or run or ride your bike for miles and not have to worry about traffic or anything like that. So pretty cool. And I'm just walking around here. I mean, you can see there's a giant field right behind me here, and then you may be able to see the mountains in the distance there. So it's a pretty great area. I'm gonna keep walking here. So this is kind of cool. There's a log right there, or a tree stump right there, where beavers have cut down the tree. The thing is, this all used to be dry. There's a creek over there behind the buildings, but it just flowed like normal. But the beavers built a dam, so now there's a little lake back here that didn't used to be here a few weeks ago. Something else. Now the geese are migrating and they're hanging out here. And I haven't seen one of the beavers out here, but I hear something over there in the brush. It's funny because I'm out here almost every day and I just haven't seen any beavers out here, but they've been busy. So I didn't mean for this to be a beaver expedition here, but here's one of the logs, or a tree, right? This was a big tree that was right here. And you can see where the beavers have gnawed on it. And they knocked down the whole tree, and then they chewed off the end here. I'm pretty sure it's over there. I hear it. I can hear it over there. But yeah, all this used to be just grassy, but now it's a little lake. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future here, but it looks like it's a natural little beaver dam, a nice little lake, little marshy area. Pretty cool. So I have rice ready to cook here, and the chicken adobo is simmering. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, yummy.